This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Ray Collins has the day off. Let's just get straight to it and check in with meteorologist John Scalzi. John, what's the latest update over there?
Well, we are waiting only moments away from the 5 a.m. update. It's a little behind schedule this morning as they fine-tune the forecast, I'm sure. Let me just check and see if it's come in yet. And no, not quite yet, though there's some updated information in terms of the current conditions of the system, not the forecast track quite yet. Irma has now moved past Puerto Rico. The good news is its eye remained offshore, and it does look like the eye is also the eye wall, the strongest winds, are also going to miss Haiti and the Dominican Republic, staying north of that, but on a track that's going to take it very close to the Bahama Island chain. We have a few scattered showers around. It's going to be a great day for us to finish all your preparations. Winds will start picking up just a little bit late in the day, however, and by that I mean maybe go on open waters from 10 knots to maybe 15 knots. So if you're a boater and you haven't finished those boat preparations, today is certainly the day to do it. Now, here it is, 5 a.m. It just came in seconds ago. 180-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, that has remained unchanged since the 4 o'clock, but it's about 5 miles per hour less than it was 24 hours ago. And some of these fluctuations are going to occur as we get eye wall replacement cycles and interactions with land, that sort of thing, over the course of the next couple of days. 921 millibar, and the forecast track keeps it just to the north of Cuba, but pretty close, and pretty much unchanged. Maybe a slight shift to the west in that track. I have to look at that a little more closely, but still keeping it as a major hurricane moving through the southern part of the state of Florida. We are still in the forecast track, and I don't believe as of the 5 a.m. that we have any watches or warnings up for the state of Florida, though that may come later today and certainly into tomorrow. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
All right, thank you so much, John. Check back in with you shortly. Taking a look at traffic in Manatee County, not a whole lot going on, nothing to really report. I-75 looking clear if you're heading out the door this morning. In Sarasota County, 41 heading southbound and Bee Ridge Road, seeing some congestion as we head south into South County. Some slowdowns on South Venice on Business 41 heading north and southbound, but other than that, no accidents at 5:03 on your Thursday. Our top story this morning, mandatory evacuations are already underway in the Florida Keys and in parts of Miami-Dade County. As ABC7's Rick Adams tells us, northbound traffic on I-75 was very slow throughout the day yesterday as many people hit the roads trying to avoid Hurricane Irma.
I-75 heading north was jam-packed with a lot of traffic on Wednesday and a lot of folks who are evacuating ahead of Hurricane Irma. For Bonita Springs resident Tara Callis, she's heading to Alabama because she wants to make sure she and her family remain safe through all this, but she still has some concerns about evacuating.
It's scary because you don't know what you're going to come back to if you come back to anything.
This hurricane is especially nerve-wracking for Jennifer Linder and her family. She just moved to Naples from New York back in July. They're heading north to the Atlanta area to stay clear of Irma.
I would rather watch what happens on TV than be stuck in the middle of the hurricane.
Some Suncoast residents decided the traffic was too much and opted to stay off of I-75 northbound altogether.
I almost got on it, and then I last minute avoided it because it was stop and go. I could see from about a half mile away how crowded and slow it was.
Another problem evacuees are encountering is not having any gas to pump. This is an issue up and down a lot of the I-75 corridor. A lot of folks who are evacuating or who live here were forced to just sit in their cars for hours, waiting for another shipment of gas to arrive.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect that gas stations would run out of gas, and I just pulled into here earlier today expecting there to be gas, and all the stations were just, you know, all the pumps were closed, which was really surprising.
On I-75 in Sarasota County, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Well, Manatee County commissioners have already declared a local state of emergency before any potential impacts of Irma, as well as the city of Venice. Manatee County offices will close at noon today and will remain closed through the weekend. Government employees will be transitioning to their emergency response duties in advance of Irma. No evacuations have been ordered yet, but some people living in low-lying areas could be asked to evacuate as soon as tomorrow. And it will be a short week for students across the Suncoast. School districts are taking precautions because of that storm. Schools will be closed in Manatee and Sarasota counties tomorrow. Manatee County will be using 24 of those closed schools as potential shelters. Charlotte County also closing its schools, but one day earlier, starting today. And for college students, Ringling College of Art and Design classes are canceled until further notice. New College of Florida also canceling all classes today, Friday, and Monday. The University of South Florida, including the Sarasota Manatee campus, will close today through Sunday. And State College of Florida also closing today through Monday. It's unclear when classes will resume for local schools and colleges, but we will keep you posted on any updates on our newscast and on our website, mysuncoast.com. And it's Football Friday night, Thursday edition tonight. Most games will be played this evening, although some were postponed or canceled altogether. It has been a challenging year for area teams, with the weather being their toughest opponent. You can see a special edition of Football Friday night right here on ABC7 tonight at 11:15 p.m. Local blood banks are also in need of donations. The Suncoast Blood Bank has been asking people to donate blood and platelets to help the victims of Hurricane Harvey. It's now asking for even more donations since Floridians may soon be in a similar situation. The blood bank says it needs at least 300 donors to give blood before it ceases collections on Friday.
So if you're eligible to donate, especially O negative, that's a universal donor type, please come out to one of our locations. We're adding blood drives as we speak.
The blood bank says patients in the hospital fighting cancer or blood disorders will still require transfusions and blood products through the storm. To track their blood mobile locations, you can check their website, scbb.org. As people prepare for Hurricane Irma, many are out shopping for crucial supplies, but people are finding local stores are out of the things they need. Local Home Depots have had a hard time keeping plywood in stock because so many people are hoping to board up their home. We met one woman who had been waiting at the Northport Home Depot since 4 a.m. yesterday to get a generator. She said she was not leaving until she got one.
Our biggest items that they're looking for currently are generators, the plywood, Tapcons. Those are the items, and water that folks are coming in for the most, looking for, that we're trying to get to our customers.
Home Depot says they are working to refresh their supplies. However, just as quickly as they get more, they're out once again. Now, Governor Rick Scott says he has been in contact with major retailers to ensure Floridians have the supplies they need to weather this storm. And with more stores experiencing long lines for hurricane supplies, you may have more luck buying some items online. Amazon.com has paired up with the Red Cross to help online shoppers prepare for the storms. Through the website, you can create an evacuation plan and buy emergency kit supplies, including non-perishable items, first aid kits, and backup power sources.
Actually, that might be an option. I might have to look on there now that you brought it up to my attention.
There have been reports of price gouging on Amazon, though. Some items may not be available for long as well. But instead of waiting in line at the grocery store, you can simply refresh your computer screen. Amazon Prime typically ships to members in 2 days, so remember to allow yourself some time to get a hold of those products. Well, a similar situation of shortages in Sarasota County for those trying to get sandbags. A dump truck lifted its bed into power lines, breaking a power pole in Inglewood. That sandbag location was shut down until the pole could be fixed. Elsewhere around the county, people were finding a shortage of bags, but not the sand to fill them. In Venice, people were limited to 10 sandbags per person.
I normally don't prepare, but this one's a little scarier for me, so I decided to get sandbags and protect my front door.
Manatee County crews will be distributing sandbags today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 5 locations. Those include Buffalo Creek Park in Palmetto, GT Bray Park in Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch Park, Stormwater Ops in Bradenton, and the Ribonia Community Center in Palmetto. You can also get free sand at Big Earth Landscape Supply on Bee Ridge Road. And Manatee County officials just announced the Fort Hamer Bridge will open temporarily this Friday to help with traffic related to Hurricane Irma. The span gives drivers another way to cross the Manatee River in the fast-growing areas east of I-75. The bridge was actually not scheduled to open to traffic until later this month. 5:10 this morning in Sarasota County is asking residents to reduce water use to ease pressure on lift stations once the rain comes. Lift stations are used to pump sewage out, and if and they can flood if too much water is being used. You can do your part by not running your dishwasher or washing machine and turning off the tap when you brush your teeth. Happening today in preparation for Hurricane Irma, the Animal Rescue Coalition in Sarasota will be offering vaccines and microchips for local pets. Every vaccine or microchip costs $10 each, and the coalition is only accepting cash or credit card payments. That event runs from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 6320 Tower Lane in Sarasota. Meanwhile, in Manatee County, the Humane Society will accept walk-ins from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at their 14th Street West location in Bradenton. The cost is also $10 for each rabies vaccine or a microchip. Be sure to get your pets microchipped and vaccinated before the storm hits. ABC 7's First Alert Storm Team has everything you need to be ready for a storm. We have information about shelters, supply kits, and how to prepare your home in our hour-long special, Surviving a Hurricane, which will air this afternoon at 4 o'clock right here on ABC 7. It's also available anytime on our other platforms, including Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. You can also check out the First Alert Weather 2017 Hurricane Guide on our website, mysuncoast.com. Just click on the Weather tab and then click Hurricane Guide. Definitely something you want to check in and check out if you are getting ready and prepared. What's your tip for today?
Well, I think today's another good day to watch and see how this forecast evolves over the next couple of days. Listen to the emergency management and follow any instructions that they might give. If you have any last-minute preparations, today's the day to do it. Okay. Winds will start picking up on open waters later today, so if you have not finished your boat preparations and got that tied down securely, because we will get some tropical storm force winds around here, you need to do that today. Otherwise, it's another good day to take care of yourself. Take it easy, stay off the roads. They're very busy right now with other evacuees. Shelter in place if at all possible for you to do that. There's lots of people who are in much higher risk zones trying to get out. And watch the forecast. Keep updated.
Certainly. Great. Well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, your First Alert traffic. And despite the incoming storm, the Carr Family Circus will go on at a later date. Our Linda Carson has more on this edition of In the Spotlight. And coming up a little later in the hour, 9 people have died in the Caribbean after Hurricane Irma makes landfall. We'll continue our coverage of the Category 5 storm as it makes its way past Puerto Rico. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye. And over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109. Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we continue to monitor the storm. High pressure still remains to our north, and a trough of low pressure continues to dive southward. As this happens, our rain chances start to go up just a little bit, but depending on the eventual forecast track of Irma, our weather could actually, over the weekend, become sunnier or become rainier, and most likely it will become rainier. Winds will also start to pick up. We'll notice that even today, you'll start to notice an increase in wind speeds. A combination, really, of this trough sinking southward and the pressure field surrounding Irma beginning to get a little bit closer. Irma now still a strong Category 5 storm moving to the north of Cuba as we head into the weekend. And then over the weekend, we are very carefully going to monitor exactly where that turn to the north takes place. That will be a critical time in the forecast of where Irma will make landfall in the United States. Winds will start to pick up, particularly on Saturday. We'll notice the winds increasing today, but the onset of tropical storm force winds will likely occur Saturday or Saturday night. And consequently, in order to provide plenty of notice for that, the Hurricane Center will likely issue some sort of watch or warning for our area regarding tropical storms or possibly even hurricane as we head into, well, later today or possibly tomorrow. Sun cloud mix for us today. Better rain chances as we continue to track the storm. Irma has a very well-defined wall, still symmetric in all quadrants, producing a forecast track model suite that again favors the other coast, but there are still outliers that are moving up the west coast of Florida. So we are still in that forecast cone. We still have uncertainty in the forecast, and it is possible that that storm could be closer to the west coast than it is to the east coast. It's still too early to tell. But the core forecast, most of the major forecast model tracks do carry it up the east coast, making landfall in South Florida. 180-mile-an-hour winds currently as of the 5 a.m. forecast. A Category 5 storm with its eye keeping to the north of Haiti and the Dominican Republic, moving very close to the island of Cuba, but it doesn't look like a landfall at this time in Cuba, but perhaps part of the eye wall could be over Cuba. We'll see. And then Saturday into Sunday, it starts to make that turn to the north and then lift north, probably through Florida somewhere, and as a major Category 3 or 4 hurricane, and then head on up probably towards South Carolina or Georgia. The effects of this storm, still too early to tell, as I mentioned, because of the angle of attack of this storm. Similar to what happened with Charlie, any little deviation at the bottom makes a huge deviation as you head further north in the track line. So we'll have to watch where it is as we head into the weekend down to the south. Irma forecast winds. These are cumulative wind forecasts for the time period right straight through the extended range. And this is going to change, I guarantee that. Hurricane force winds right now in our area, hurricane force wind probabilities are in the 10 to 20% category. That certainly could change. But tropical storm force winds, and they could be strong tropical storm force winds, are much higher. We have a category here that is closer to the 70 percentile. So we can expect to see some strong gusty winds, maybe 40, maybe 50 mile per hour, sustained winds, particularly in inland and southern parts of the viewing area. That will be occurring on Sunday into Monday. Rainfall forecast. Well, the heaviest of the rainfall on this particular track will be to the other coast, where we're likely to see some fairly heavy rain. For us, we're probably looking at 2 to 4 inches. Again, all of these forecasts are subject to change depending on the eventual track of the storm. And a small shift in that track means a big difference in our weather. I'll say that again. A chance of rain showers today, but increasing rain chances tomorrow. Then on Saturday, the winds truly start to pick up, and Sunday into Monday will be our storm days. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic, pretty quiet throughout Manatee County. Looks like the bridges are good if you're heading into downtown Bradenton, and I-75 looking clear. As we head into Sarasota County, there are some slowdowns on 41 heading southbound as you pass by Bee Ridge Road. Also Bee Ridge heading towards 41, seeing some congestion, and Business 41 heading south, seeing some slowdowns, but no accidents at 520 on your Thursday. The Carr Family Circus has been canceled this weekend in Sarasota, but the show will go on at a later date. ABC 7's Linda Carson joins us now with In the Spotlight.
Come on up, baby. The Carr's Family Circus is getting ready for their Grandparents' Day show.
We have aerialists, we have jugglers, we have clowns, we have a hula hoop artist who's one of the best in the world. We have them from all different kinds of countries.
Carissa Carr is producing the show, performing on trapeze, and teaching her 8-year-old daughter the ropes. Would you like to be in the circus as a performer someday?
I am in the circus as a performer.
She's right. Genevieve is performing in the Grandparents' Day show.
I do chiffon, aerial fabric, and I call it chiffon.
Her mom says she doesn't mind practicing.
And now grab the fabric and pull yourself up. Her favorite thing in the world right now is aerial fabric. She is in love with it. And this is great for me because then I can use that as leverage for whenever she doesn't want to do homework or if she doesn't want to listen, I'll say, well, then we're not going to practice the fabric today. And she just hops too and does it.
Chrissy understands her dedication. She started on the trapeze at age 5. Her parents were traveling with Ringling Brothers when she was born.
When I was a tiny baby, we lived on the train, and I lived the first year or 2 of my life on the circus train. And then after that, we just kind of went back and forth from different productions.
Her circus roots are deep.
My grandfather was a circus clown, a very famous circus clown in South America. And since then, we just kind of kept the tradition going.
You need help now?
Chrissia's father is a famous trapeze artist and teaches circus performers at the Circus Warehouse School in New York.
I had myself 136 students just in flying trapeze per week. And the rest we teach silks, bars, trampoline, dancing, ballet.
He's in Sarasota to watch his daughter prepare his 3 granddaughters for a future in circus.
Genevieve is my 8-year-old, Angelique is my 6-year-old, and Vivian's my 4-year-old. And they're all Spitfires. They all want to do circus.
I'm so proud of them, so happy to see them like they follow our stuff.
He hopes they'll help keep the circus arts alive for future generations.
Yes, I hope they do circus. I don't want the circus arts to die.
The kids were so looking forward to performing at the Shrine Center this weekend. Unfortunately, the shows have been canceled because of Hurricane Irma. But they'll have another coming up soon. We'll let you know where and when you can see this amazing family in action. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, new car seat technology could be on the way to help save children's lives. And coming up at 5:30, we'll take a look at how areas outside the Suncoast are preparing for Irma. Stay with us, those stories and more when we come back.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows, what matters most to you? We found what matters is high performance. Our customers want energy-efficient windows built for Florida weather. Windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Our customers want windows that reflect their life, their lifestyle. Windows that will last a lifetime. We listen to our customers, and as a result, we're growing. So if you're looking to replace your windows, stop here at New South Window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy
destroy everything. But with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your couch coat for just $19.99. And it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now and you can double your offer. Get a second couch coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
If you're looking for a rewarding job you'll love, good news. The perfect job is just a click away. Go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day. It's that easy. Stop searching and go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day to find the perfect job for you.
Just a reminder, if you have any pictures or video that you'd like to see on Good Morning Suncoast, feel free to send them our way. John and I are constantly updating our Facebook pages this morning and throughout the day to bring you the latest information on Hurricane Irma. We'd also love to see some pictures that you guys are seeing if you're heading out on I-75, what your hurricane prep kits are looking like, and what you guys are doing to prepare for this storm. So please reach out to us on our Facebook pages. We'd love to get in contact with you all. 5:26 this morning, and new cars could soon have technology that would prevent children from being accidentally left in the back seat. ABC's Nick Watt and Diane Macedo have those details in this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, making cars safer for young passengers.
The House has passed a bill to regulate self-driving cars, but in that bill is a requirement for technology that would sound an alarm if a child is left in the back seat after the engine is shut off.
The bill now goes to the Senate. T-Mobile has a new perk on the way. Starting Tuesday, an unlimited data family plan will also get you a free Netflix subscription.
The deal is for the regular plan with HD streaming and the ability to watch on 2 devices at once.
Multitasking. And Bud Light has created a light-up glass for football fans.
With the help of an app on your phone, it will illuminate every time the team scores this season.
So the glasses are being sold through the Bud Light website. They're also being given out at tonight's Patriots opener. So program the glass to follow your team scores, the glass lights up.
Voila. Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Fruit of the Loom.
Sarah, could you come in here? Yep, coming. Oh, wow. What kind of underwear are those?
They're breathable underwear from Fruit of the Loom.
What are those?
Guys.
They're breathable underwear from Fruit of the Loom.
Yes, they have these tiny holes to let the air through. Can you help me?
Wow, well, we will look at those.
Can you feel this?
Yeah. Turn around for me. Seriously?
Slower, go slower.
I don't think you should get that dress. It doesn't fit. Stay cool with breathable underwear from Fruit of the Loom.
Let's dance, Grandma.
You don't let anything keep you sidelined.
Come on.
That's why you drink Ensure with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals for the strength and energy to get back to doing what you love. Ensure, always be you.
Rethink what's possible. Rethink your allergy pills. Flonase Sensimist Allergy Relief helps block 6 key inflammatory substances with a gentle mist. Most allergy pills only block 1, and 6 is greater than 1. Flonase Sensimist.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information when severe weather threatens the Suncoast. Visit mysuncoast.com and download yours today.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, 9 people are dead after Hurricane Irma makes its way through the Caribbean. What people are seeing as the storm makes its way toward the Sunshine State. Plus, Floridians bracing for the impact from Hurricane Irma, what actions the governor is urging people to take this morning. And mandatory evacuations underway in the Florida Keys and parts of Miami. We have everything you need to know ahead of Hurricane Irma right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Wednesday. I'm Jacqueline Matters. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi. Good morning, John. Looks like we're getting a little bit better forecast for this hurricane in our direction, of course.
Yes, there's still a great deal of uncertainty, though. So let's not focus on exactly where that landfall will be quite yet and have a lot of confidence in it because it could still change. And we are still in the forecast cone of error. But the good news in the short term is that the eye itself remained off Puerto Rico, and the eye itself looks like it's moving to the north of Hispaniola, which is a great thing. Now, there are some pretty big mountains on Hispaniola. There are some 10,000-foot mountains. That could possibly weaken the storm a little bit. A little bit. It is still forecast to be a major storm, though, as it approaches the southern tip of the state of Florida. We had a new 5 a.m. forecast we'll talk about. As far as rainfall goes today, we have a moderate amount of rainfall possible over the next several days for this time of year, a 30 to 40% chance. Good day to finish those preparations. A still Category 5 storm lifting north. We'll be watching with very close attention Saturday into Sunday as it begins to make that turn to the north and exactly where that occurs. That will have a huge impact on the weather in the state of Florida. We'll talk all about that coming up in just a few.
All right, thank you so much, John. We will check back in with you shortly. Taking a look at traffic in Manatee County, looks like 301 heading northbound, seeing some more cars on the roadway. So if you are taking that commute this morning, keep that in mind. In Sarasota County, some slowdowns on Bee Ridge and Fruitville Road, but not too bad out in that direction. Also, looks like some slowdowns throughout Venice, but nothing to be too concerned about at 5:34 this morning. Topping our news this hour, the latest on Hurricane Irma, the storm slamming the Northeast Caribbean on Wednesday, killing at least 9 people and leaving a trail of chaos and flooding from Barbuda to Puerto Rico. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has the latest.
Hurricane Irma slamming Puerto Rico and the Northern Caribbean.
Nearly every building damaged on the island of Barbuda when the eye of the storm rolled through Wednesday. About 60% of the island's people left homeless. Heavy rain hammering Puerto Rico. Now nearly 1 million people left without power and more than 1,000 in shelters, even though the eye of the storm stayed offshore. Back here on the mainland, Floridians are nailing down their evacuation plans.
Never had a Cat 5, never experienced it, and it's just scary.
Or getting ready to hunker down and weather the Category 5 storm. Most store shelves are bare as people try to stock up on supplies. There are traffic jams on the highways, and here's another common sight in southern Florida. Lines of cars stretching into the street as drivers try to gas up their vehicles.
Gas is running out everywhere right now, so I'm just a little too late trying to get it, I guess.
People here are bracing themselves for what could be one of the worst storms in Florida history.
This is serious, and we cannot take chances. It is life-threatening. This is not a storm you can sit and wait through.
Here in Miami, mandatory evacuations are already beginning in certain areas. And to make that process faster, drivers don't have to pay any interstate tolls. Florida Governor Rick Scott says even though we're at least 48 hours away from that dangerous and powerful storm hitting this area, everyone should take it seriously now. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Miami.
Governor Rick Scott continues to warn all Floridians to pay attention to record-setting Hurricane Irma. Scott says Irma could be bigger than Hurricane Andrew, which was a devastating Category 5 hurricane that hit South Florida 25 years ago. Scott says he is working on bringing in all the resources that Floridians will need before and after the storm.
I've already called up 1,000 members of the National Guard. I'll add another 6,000 members tomorrow, and they'll be doing things such as helping with sheltering, helping do evacuations, making sure evacuation routes are clear.
The storm is bigger, faster, and stronger than Hurricane Andrew.
Scott says he's making sure all sorts of shelters are open around the state, including pet and special needs shelters. He urges Floridians that can volunteer to do so. And as the entire state of Florida prepares for Irma, south of the Suncoast in Fort Myers, homeowners are already putting up shutters to cover their windows. People are also planning ahead in Broward County. One Costco location had long lines of people waiting to get inside, and the Broward County Sheriff is glad everyone is thinking ahead.
Broward County, today is a day where we pray for the best, but we prepare for the worst.
Miami-Dade County resident Senator Marco Rubio is also encouraging all Floridians to prepare for the worst-case scenario. And speaking of Rubio, he and Senator Bill Nelson of Florida are calling on Senate leaders to include additional funding for Hurricane Irma in a disaster aid package that has been meant for Harvey. Yesterday, the House passed the more than $7 billion aid package specifically for Hurricane Harvey victims. Adding funding for Irma would include costs that FEMA might incur if this powerful hurricane hits Florida. They hope Congress will approve the request and prepare for the worst. In politics this morning, President Trump shocked Republicans by supporting the Democrats' plan to raise the nation's debt ceiling and avoid a government shutdown. On Wednesday, Trump threw his support to a deal that gave the Democratic leaders everything they wanted. This includes disaster relief funding and a 90-day extension of both the day-to-day funding of the government and the debt ceiling.
And we all agreed we'd work together in December as well to avoid a default. So it was a really good moment of some bipartisanship.
The president defending his decision to side with Democrats on their plan to avoid a shutdown, since it also expedited relief to areas hit by Hurricane Harvey. And the president is insisting there are no mixed signals from the White House to Congress when it comes to working toward a legislative solution regarding DACA. On Tuesday, Trump's Justice Department rescinded that program. In a statement after the announcement, Trump urged Congress to come up with a solution. However, in a tweet, he seemed to imply he would be willing to act within his own executive authority if Congress fails to pass a law on Wednesday. On Wednesday, Trump told reporters on Air Force One that he believes Congress will get the legislation done and no executive action would be necessary. 5:39 this morning, the U.S. State Department wants U.S. citizens to reconsider travel if they plan on heading to Cuba, Haiti, or the Dominican Republic. The department warning that the storm could bring life-threatening flash flooding, mudslides, and storm surge to those areas. Travel and other services will likely be disrupted. The department says it has authorized the voluntary departure of U.S. government employees and their family members from those countries due to the hurricane. Key West International Airport is closing as Hurricane Irma approaches the island chain. It's scheduled to close tonight because of the TSA security checkpoint seizing the screening of passengers. The final flight out of the Keys is scheduled to depart for Atlanta around 6 o'clock. All commercial flights from there on will be canceled. More than 100 Florida Forest Service personnel are preparing to respond to Hurricane Irma. The Florida Commissioner of Agriculture says aircraft, off-road vehicles, and mobile command posts are also being prepared. During an emergency, the Florida Department of Agriculture helps provide necessary food and water to affected areas and help protect animals and pets. The department's Florida Forest Service helps emergency responders in clearing debris and distributing supplies. Definitely something I wanted to actually touch on. If you have some debris in your yard, you want to get that out of the way, and hopefully I've seen some people with trash out on the street, but once that trash is picked up, you don't want to leave it out there because if winds do pick up, it could be essentially kind of a missile.
Yeah, police your yard today. That's an excellent idea, something you want to do. Yesterday we told you to kind of walk around and decide what you're going to have to bring in and what you're not going to bring in. You know, today's a good day to do that because the winds will start picking up later this afternoon. We'll go from a 10 knot wind to probably a 15 knot wind, and then tomorrow from a 15 to a 20, and then we'll probably hit tropical storm force by the end of the day on Saturday when all preparation should be completed. If you have not taken care of your boat, today's the day to do that, as well as winds on open waters will be increasing. And you know, finish those preparations in terms of your hurricane kit, what you need to buy and bring into the house, and wait and watch and listen for the word from emergency management for evacuation should they become necessary.
Certainly.
I don't think we'll see a lot of problem around here with coastal flooding if we keep that track on the course where it seems to be headed at this point. But certainly winds will be up, power outages will be around, and we have the threat of some severe weather as well. So we'll talk all about that coming up in a few.
All right, thanks, John. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, your first alert traffic, and we take a look at a link between your height and your risk for blood clots. That's next in your Health Smart.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows, what matters most to you? We found what matters is high performance. Our customers want energy-efficient windows built for Florida weather. Windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Our customers want windows that reflect their life, their lifestyle. Windows that will last a lifetime. We listen to our customers, and as a result, we're growing. So if you're looking to replace your windows, stop here at New South Window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now. Operators are standing by.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
My name is Stephen Jaffe, the
law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we continue to monitor a couple of things in the weather department, the strength of this high pressure ridge and its eastward winds, and how it is retreating in response to a trough of low pressure that's going to stall out over central Florida. That will impact just when Irma will make its northward hook. And that will be a critical time, and that time will occur Saturday night through Sunday. At that point, we'll start to see where it starts to make that hook to the north, and just a 50-mile difference or a 4 or 5 hour difference in when it starts to do that will make a big impact as to whether it's a East Coast storm, skirts the East Coast, moves closer to the West Coast, all of that very vital information. Our forecast for today includes, of course, monitoring the impact of Irma on the tropics. It does look like the eye will be north of Hispaniola, and we'll watch how, if any, kind of impact those high mountains of Hispaniola might have on interrupting the circulation around the center of the storm. The eye itself will be offshore, so the impact might be much less. And the fact is there's plenty of moisture in this huge hurricane that the little bit of drier air that might be caused by circulation through the mountains probably not impacted all that much. Still forecast to remain a major hurricane as it moves up toward the Bahama Island chain. For today, we'll have a sun-cloud mix. We'll have better rain chances because of this trough of low pressure than we saw earlier in the week. So there'll be a few scattered showers around, but still fine weather to be out there and completing your preparation tasks. And then we'll watch the winds begin to pick up today, but particularly I think we'll see a sharp increase in our wind speeds as we head into Saturday and Sunday most likely. We have a very well-defined eye moving north of Hispaniola. The computer models continue to be in very good agreement with taking it just to the north of Cuba. And then there's that very sharp turn to the north. And where that sharp turn takes place, as I mentioned, critical to the forecast. If it's over here, it's an East Coast storm. If it's closer to the western tip of Cuba, then we have greater problems here on the Suncoast. So we'll be monitoring that very carefully. The Hurricane Center notes that the general forecast model trend has been to the east and continues to be to the east, but there still could be because of some of these outlying models. And these models are models that are just started, are initiated, are set into motion with slightly different parameters, different kind of kick to get them going. Maybe the hurricane's in a slightly different location. Maybe it's a little bit stronger. Maybe it has a bigger wind field or a smaller wind field. The little variations that are possible. And those variations produce computer models that are drastically different in the long term. So there's that little lower confidence that occurs as the model goes out into time. And that's why we continue to have that larger forecast cone that takes in the Suncoast as well as the East Coast. 921 millibar, central pressure, forecast on a track that takes it to the north of Cuba, affecting areas of the Bahama Island chain most particularly, and then moving up probably towards South Florida or east coast of Florida. But still, as I said, it's certainly within the realm of possibility that it could be further to the west, and that's what we prepare for. Strongest winds around here probably coming Sunday into Monday, and then the storm lifts northward. Okay, a few little details about what to expect in terms of wind. The Irma wind forecast right now, cumulative over the forecast period, calls for not a great chance of hurricane force winds around here, though that certainly could be possible. Right now we're looking at a 20 to 30% chance of possibly seeing some hurricane force winds, 74, 5, 6, 7 miles per hour, something like that. But tropical storm force winds, much higher probability. In this orange zone here, you're talking about a 70% chance. And the onset of those winds, well, for continuing on with your preparations and finishing them up, they should be finished by about Saturday, and certainly Saturday afternoon or evening. So Friday into Saturday is when you'll want to protect your home. Make absolutely sure your boat is secured. That should actually occur today or tomorrow, as the winds will be picking up for you boaters. And then as we head into Sunday into Monday, that will be our storm days. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at traffic, it is picking up throughout Manatee County on State Road 70, also 64 heading into downtown Bradenton. I-75 looking okay, but you can expect some congestion throughout I-75 this morning. And in South County, looking like people heading northbound, seeing some slowdowns throughout Business 41. In this hour's Health Smart, being tall has its benefits and, according to a new study, its drawbacks. The research just released Tuesday indicates that taller people have a greater risk for blood clots. Kim Hutcherson has more.
Your height might hold clues about your risk for a variety of health problems, including venous thromboembolism, or VTE, the medical term for blood clots. That's according to a study published Tuesday in the journal Circulation Cardiovascular Genetics. Researchers looked at data on more than 1.6 million Swedish military men and more than 1 million Swedish women who had a first pregnancy between 1982 and 2012. They also looked at height and tracked diagnoses of blood clots. Researchers found that height can be an independent predictor of your risk for blood clots. Shorter people had a significantly decreased risk compared to taller people. And this isn't the only health concern that's been linked to how tall you are. Cancer, heart problems, gestational diabetes, even the length of your life have been associated with the length of your body, so to speak. Of course, you can't change your height, but experts point out that you can make healthy lifestyle choices that reduce your risk of various conditions. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll update your top local news headlines and more coverage of Hurricane Irma. But first, a live look from the Caravel Hotel and Casino in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile, and in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. And all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. Independence U for an independent you.
Call 1-800-671-4817.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
40 Carats Family Center presents a free speaker event, The Whole Brain Child, featuring world-renowned neuropsychiatrist and author Dr. Dan Siegel at Riverview High School Auditorium on Tuesday, October 3rd at 7 p.m. RSVP required at 40carats.org.
Welcome back. Here are some of the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today. Numerous Floridians are attempting to evacuate, hoping to outrun a possible landfall from Hurricane Irma, despite northbound traffic on I-75 proving very slow throughout the day yesterday. Plus, local blood banks are in need of donations. Suncoast Blood Bank says it needs at least 300 donors to give blood before it ceases collections this Friday. And despite shortages of sandbags starting today, more should be readily available throughout the Suncoast. It's 5:55 this morning. We'll be right back with another full hour of news, but first, a live look from the Caravel Hotel and Casino in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Stay with us. We'll be right back.